What's up guys, Duster McDangles back here with another video, and welcome back to the Franchise Mode Rebuild series here with the Montreal Canadiens and Rick Rebuild as your GM. In today's episode, we're going to be getting into the NHL draft as well as the re-signing phase here for the team and getting ready to set lines before we hop into the next episode. But if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future action. We've been growing like crazy over the past couple of months, and I cannot thank you guys enough for the love and support you've been showing the channel. So let's keep that up with the likes, the comments, all that good stuff as we continue on with this journey in the Montreal Canadiens for our quest for the Stanley Cup, rebuilding this once great franchise. But before we do hop into the draft, I do want to take a look at the contracts here to get a better plan moving forward for this year's draft. Now, we've got Marchenko. He does want to re-sign. Now, one thing to keep in mind is we have about $24 million worth of cap that we have to work with, and honestly, Marchenko could be somebody we could look to bring back. He does want $7 million, which is quite a fair price for him. Again, we've got $24 million worth of cap space. We also have Hanifin and Edmondson. Now, one of the reasons why I'm leaning more towards Edmondson, he does want 4.8. We could probably get him down to like 4.2. Is Hanifin is asking about $5 million, so right about 6, and he doesn't even want to re-sign. So I'm thinking maybe what we could try to do is trade him here at the draft. What defensemen are out there now? It's almost going to be a little bit of a risk here taking it, but at our current spot, left defense, the scouts for some reason gem him. We don't know anything about him. Defenseman, he is 6'2". We don't know anything about him. We could try to trade down here or even just take this guy. He is 1 year out though. Not the best of, I mean, stats wise, shooting, he's B's across the board, but I mean, I feel like this Reese Stollards might be a little bit better. He is 6'2". Again, he is considered a gem. Yzerman would be nice. We don't need a centerman. That's the only issue. But later in the draft, we do have the 8th pick, which we could honestly go ahead and take this Jordan Nichols guy. He is 3 years out. He does lack size, which is why I might want to trade up here for Roche. Although, who technically speaking, Jordan, he is a little bit better. He is only 5'9". We're going a little bit smaller. He is a sniper. That's honestly what we might do. Pick between these two defensemen and then go for Nicholas. Jordan Nicholas, 5'9". He is 3 years out, but he could be a nice little trade bait type piece for the future. But we are at the draft, guys. This is what a lot of people actually really do enjoy the draft, and I do as well. We kind of got hosed on the lottery pick. If you guys missed the last episode, I showed that at the very end. Top pick is a franchise medium, O'Brien. Duke O'Brien. That is very nice for Buffalo. Good for them. They get a nice piece there. Next pick, elite medium. Let's take a look at the draft class here. We're getting down to pick number 3. So it's between Yzerman or Stollards. Man, if Yzerman is like an 80-something, I'm going to cry if Vancouver takes him. I don't think they will. But let's honestly see if we could trade up. I low-key want Yzerman pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. So let's honestly see if they are willing to swap spots. Trades rejected. So it is up to them to pick who they think is going to be best. And they're going to pick Stollards. They took Stollards. Okay, 76 elite medium. That's very interesting because now we've got Yzerman. He does also play wing. He is technically a gem playmaker. I mean, he's pretty much A's across the board. C in skating. Doesn't have any weaknesses. 6'2", 17 years old. Nicholas Backstrom, NHL ready. I mean, he put up massive points. A pick like that, we have to take him. And he is a 78 overall elite medium player. I'm really happy about that. I know we were going to go with a defenseman, but that might change some things. So Hendricks would have been our second choice. I'm really happy that Yzerman fell to us. That's very, very nice. Let's take a look here back at the draft class before we move forward any more. We're pick number 9 Oh, man, we would have to trade up here. We honestly don't need these guys. We don't need a centerman because we have Bedard. Honestly, I might look to trade our pick here for maybe a next year first round pick. I think that's what we're gonna do. So let's go ahead. Let's try to offer a trade here. I think trading out of this spot might be the smartest thing to do to maybe get some draft capital for next year. So let's see what we can do. Look at Yzerman. Look at that draft or the trade value. That is pretty nice, and he's not even on the team. So very, very good. All right, guys. Low key trying to. We can't. All right, guys, we're low-key trying to fleece the Washington Capitals for 2 first-round picks next year's and the year after for the first this year and a third-round pick for 2025. Trade goes through and is accepted. So we get 2 first-round picks for the future, giving up our 9th overall pick. Honestly, I'm okay with that. Now we just need to try to find a way to get Hanifin off our books because, again, I don't think we're going to be able to bring him back. Let's just sim here. 3rd round of the draft. We've got some picks here. We'll get into the trade for Hanifin in just a moment. But this goaltender, elite medium, not the best of things known about him. I'm wondering if there are any gems left. Really nothing left in this draft, which is very interesting. So let's take a look here at potential. And honestly, that goaltender is looking pretty good. We also have an elite 2-bar left winger from the German league. C's and D's, don't know too much about him. No weaknesses about this Hirkkinen guy. He honestly might be starter medium potential. Elite medium, 48 overall. I mean, that's going to be good trade bait moving forward. So honestly, I'm not too sad about that pick. If anything, I'm pretty excited that we were able to get an elite medium goaltender at that spot. We've got another German here. Right winger, 6'4" sniper. Don't know too much about him. He might be top 6 medium potential, possibly. Bottom 6 forward medium potential. That's unfortunate. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and find a trade here. So give me just a second. We'll see what we can do. Here we are, guys. I've been looking for a trade here to also try to get some money off the books, and I think this would actually be pretty cool to also get a 3rd-round pick back for this. We've got Ryan Suzuki, a 3rd-round pick, and this K. King guy for Lehkonen and Hanifin. Trying to get Lehkonen off the books for that 195 to try to make some room for the cap. But I think bringing Ryan Suzuki in would be very cool. Top 6 forward potential, medium, 77 overall. We get a 3rd-round pick as well as this King guy, 64 overall. Honestly, I kind of don't even want... Oh, honestly, they're probably throwing him in for the cap reasons. But we're going to accept this trade. We will take that all day. 3rd-round pick plus Suzuki, which I think he will want to sign with us. We make some room for a free agent defenseman signing that we could try to make in here very shortly. But back to the draft, guys. I don't honestly think we need to make any more deals on the table. We got a couple more goaltenders. Honestly, Armir Nash goaltenders, for some reason, always get the highest trade value. That guy's a backup medium, though. Not the best of decisions there. But, it is what it is. We'll move on here, continuing to try to find somebody in the draft. Team utilization. We got a sniper here. We'll take the... We'll take this guy. Take the forward, Ethan. AHL top 6 forward medium potential. Again, he might be somebody later on down the line that we could be able to finagle some picks for. We get a trade offer here, a 6th and a 7th for next year's draft. We'll take it. We'll stack up on picks for next year's draft. I'm perfectly fine with doing that. Let's see here if there are any more potential elite gems that we could maybe try to snipe. Don't want to take a goalie. Alexei Lissin could be interesting, although Tyler DeVerney's very cool, 6'4", 2-way defenseman, although this guy's a defensive defenseman, 6'3", 6'4". It's a tough call. Honestly, looking at their stats, they could be very even. There are no weaknesses on this De Veers guy. We'll take him. He's probably going to be bottom 6, 7th defenseman, so he might make the AHL team one day. Again, at this point, we're trying to find some gems in the draft. Top 9 forward, 3 bars. Ivan Bure. We'll take him, see if he ends up being something. Bottom 6, forward, medium potential. Again, not finding anything too crazy deep here in the draft, but you know, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. We've got that goalie there, which very interesting. I'm going to take him again. We've got 3 goalies in this draft. Fringe starter, medium potential. Again, he's 7th defenseman at best, and he is 7th defenseman. So we got some guys for the future, but honestly, really happy with our top pick. We got that Yzerman kid. Probably not going to play in the NHL this year, although he is technically North American, so we could technically sign him to the team, which we might then have him play some AHL time. We've got, re-sign coaches. We got some big things that we need to take care of here, and our head coach, I mean, he's really one of our cornerstones. I know I wasn't saying that earlier, but he is 73 fit for the team. I don't want to lose him. He is technically only a generalist, but we'll offer him as much as we can. We'll offer him that contract. See if we can get him. I'd be super happy if we can. Assistant coach. We'll get all these coaches, try to get them re-signed. That would be really nice. NHL associate coach. Although we already have an associate coach. That might be a big L right there. Again, we're just kind of flying through this right now. Not too super worried about that stuff. But we'll get that taken care of here in just a moment. Got some scouts that we'll take care of as well. And I'll do that away from the camera. But what I want to do at this point is take a look at our contracts. Again, we were able to get rid of Hanifin and get actually something out of them. Gunther and Dvorak entering the last years of their deals. Marchenko, he actually only wants 6'4" now, which is really nice. I'm really happy we did wait and see. So we'll actually offer him 6'6". That's actually around about where I was going to offer him anyways. Gunther's going to be coming off of his rookie deal. We could technically buy him out, but I don't want to do that right this minute. Joel Edmondson, going to be interesting to see what he wants. He wants 4'7". Connor Bedard, that's really good sight to see there. He is technically on the team roster, main roster, so that's awesome stuff there. Rodriguez, I really wish we could bring him back, but he wants a lot of money. He wants $2.3 million. Joel Edmondson does want to re-sign, so we'll see if we can get him down to like maybe 4.35 for 4 years. I feel like that's basically going to be his last deal of his career. Rodriguez probably not going to bring back. Jonathan Taves, really nice contract right there for a depth centerman. Anthony Ciu, he's going to be coming off. He's going to be on his last year of his deal. Sherratt as well. So we're going to have a lot of signing here to do after this season. Robertson, he only wants 1.7 for 1 year. Left winger, I don't know if I want to offer that to him. We've got the Yzerman kid. I do want to bring him into the AHL squad, so we'll offer him the rookie max contract. We've got $25 million here to work with, and I know I did not forget about our boy Marc-Andre Fleury. He does want to re-sign, or he actually doesn't want to re-sign. He only wants $3 million. And if anything, we're probably just going to let him go. And actually, we'll let this McKenzie kid go. Actually, I can't let that McKenzie kid go. But I do want to let these guys go. We're not gonna use these goaltenders. We got some elite goalies down at the bottom who's probably never going to see the light of day. He is basically going to be a trade piece. Marc-Andre Fleury, I want to take a look and see what contracts there are or pending free agent goaltenders that are coming up before we make a final move on him. And looking at it, the goalies, again, Hart is restricted. Hellebuck, if they don't re-sign him, we might look to bring him in. Mackenzie Blackwood, Vanacek, Vallard, I think that's how you say his name. But man, Carter Hart would be a nice little piece to the puzzle. If we could bring him in, that would be absolutely amazing. But draft picks for that, honestly, he's restricted as well. Lukanen, I believe is how you say his name. That would be a really cool shout if we could maybe bring him in. But I think this is the point where we're going to part ways with Fleury. He gave us a year. He played some great hockey. We just don't. I don't want to pay him $3 million. So thank you, Fleury. You're out of here. Thank you for your services. So let me go ahead. I'm going to try to re-sign the scouts as well, and we will come back to the contracts and offer Marchenko. So I sent out the contracts to the scouts, and we'll see here in just a moment if they will re-sign with the team. But first and foremost, we need to see if Marchenko is going to re-sign. If he does and Edmondson re-signs, we'll have a better idea of if we want to bring Rodriguez back or not. Honestly, we don't need to because we got Bedard. Taves will bump down to that bottom pair. Hold on, let's take a look at centerman. So Dvorak, man, he's 87 overall. Hopefully he stays like that. Suzuki, Bedard, Taves. And then we have the Yzerman kid. Honestly, we don't need Rodriguez. We're going to release him at this point in time. Let's take a look at left wingers. Gunther, Burakovsky, Kostin, Athanasiou, Kraus. I mean, we're loaded at left wing. Right wing position, we've got Caulfield, Marchenko, Wilson. We could use another right winger, it looks like, but we could honestly just end up playing one of like Milano or Kraus at the right wing position. So honestly, we're pretty set there. Man, if anything, we could try to bring in a top free agent and maybe trade like Athanasiou or Kraus out. That could be a nice little piece there. Or go all in for a goaltender. Defensively, we're kind of lacking. We maybe need to bring in another top defenseman. I think that might be the first order of business because we've got Klingberg, Romanov, Edmondson, Hronek, Sherratt, and then Fleury. We definitely need another big-time defenseman, and we have the cap for it. It's not like we don't have the cap. So that'll be very interesting to see who's going to be a free agent and who we're going to be able to go after because we need a goalie and we need a defenseman. So we've really started off on the right foot by offering me a role, so I didn't really suit my skills. Glad to accept. Okay, so we do get our NHL coach back, which is huge. He does have that fit, to be honest. We get our other coach back, so that is good there. We get our other coach back. AHL coaches are going to accept as well, so that is happy days there. Really good stuff. Joel Edmondson re-signs on that nice deal, but this offer is very disappointing. Regretfully, our roster's full. Marchenko re-signs. Okay, so we need to get rid of somebody else in the system at the center position. We've got a lot of guys down there at the center position, and honestly, we're going to buy him out. We shall do that, and then we will release him because we need to bring in Yzerman. That's the guy we need to bring in. That's our boy, and there you go. He's in. Suzuki, I forgot about him. We need to re-sign him. He wants a beautiful deal. 3 years, two-way contract. We'll give him $800,000 for that deal there. That's super, super nice. Let's see here. We need to try to offer 1.7 for that guy. I don't know about that. I think we'll offer this Roy guy, or Wah, if you want to call him Wah. We'll do it. We're going to let this Robinson guy go. I don't want to give him 1.7 for his contract. We have to sign some AHL guys for sure. This Belize, we'll sign him to a 3-year deal so we don't have to worry about him. Bradford, he's probably going to want rookie max. He does. We shall bring him in. Let's take a look at the back end. Back end, we're looking pretty good in the system. We're going to sign this Warren guy. Sign him to a nice little deal there. And Tomov will release. So we'll advance another day here. We should be hearing back from the scouts We are at this point, which is happy days. Everyone is signing, so that, I mean, it just means that the ship is sailing in the right direction for the franchise, and people obviously want to be here. Blease signs. You won't regret your decision to draft me, Yzerman, Cole Yzerman. We cannot wait to have you. Beautiful. Ryan Suzuki signs. Warren signs. Waugh signs. Bradford signs. So we are looking in a good place with 2 contract places left here to go with $15 million in the bank. So that is enough to get a top defenseman and a top goaltender. I am extremely excited about that prospect of being able to do that. So things looking very good. Everyone, I believe, is signed. Let's take a look here. Burns, we can release him. Let's see, all skaters. Let's double check goalies. Okay, everyone's good on the team. So at this point, it's kind of just waiting to see who is going to be a free agent. So we'll sim to free agency and we'll get this thing started as we get the final scouts taken care of. Pro scout on the line. We'll get that all taken care of. But here we are. Free agency. Super exciting stuff. We need a goalie right off the hop. If Hellebuck is there, we're going to take him. Ooh, man, we got some big-time players available. Chris Letang is out there. Defenseman, I'm a little scared here that there's not going to be top defenseman. Man, Sebastian Aho would be absolutely insane. He doesn't fit the lines. Tarasenko doesn't fit any of the lines. I'm kind of just looking to see if there's anyone worth bringing in that's big-time player. But as of right now, no one's fitting our lines. Reinhart just fits the penalty kill. Jake Gensel, we don't really need him, but that would be a nice little shout. Claude Giroux wants big-time payday, but let's take a look. Goaltenders, oh, not who we were expecting, which is kind of a bummer. Mackenzie Blackwood, man, he just never pans out for us, but that might be the goalie we want to try to go for. He only wants 1 year, though. I would be more intrigued to go for the Luukkonen kid, but he is technically restricted free agent. Other teams interested. If we go 3 years, he actually wants a pretty good deal. We'll give him 5.5, but you do not have the appropriate picks. You got to be kidding me. So we can't get him. We're going to have to go for, man, this is a tough call. 27, we're going to try to go for Mackenzie Blackwood. See if we can maybe snipe him. We're going to go... Man, actually, he kind of wants a good deal at 3 years. We'll give him 6.3 for 3 years. I think that is a very good price to pay for him. Let's take a look at defense now. We need something big in the back. Devon Taves is a nice little shout. Hannafin is up there, but we're not going to look to bring him in. Taves is 30. He only fits defensive pairing 2. Forsling is up there, 83 overall. Don't really know too much about him, which is a bummer. Tony DeAngelo, offensive defenseman, doesn't fit any of our lines. Could bring in old man Tyson Barrie. Man, free agency for defense is not what I was really expecting. Brett Pesce, top 4 defensive pairings. That actually might be a nice little shout there. Let's go after Pesce. I feel like we could get him at 5.57. I want to offer him a 2-year deal at 5.57. I think that would be a nice little shout there. And from this point, we would then be able to see like how much cap do we have left. And you know, it is what it is. I really hope we can get Blackwood. Offer Bucks, and then maybe bring in another left winger. Plus we get rid of Jake Evans, so that honestly opens up a lot of cap room. We get a 3rd and a 4th. We're going to accept that. We're going to accept that trade, and now we need to bring in another left wing depth player to fit in for Anthony Sio. I know he wasn't around for long, but we can definitely try to find that here. Verana would be a nice little shout, but he's not really a depth player. Forward line 1. Honestly, what really caught my eye here is Beauvillier. top 6 forward lines, but we don't know too much about him. That would have been a nice shout. Father Patches, Max Pacioretty. Do we bring him back to Montreal? Former captain. He doesn't fit the lines. That's quite a bummer there. Mike Hoffman, bring him back, but he doesn't fit the lines. So that's quite interesting there. Jonathan Drouin, 84 overall, only fits forward line 1. I was going to say bring him back. Could bring in a grinder, Marcus Foligno, top 6 forward lines only. That is a bummer. That would have been a nice. Tanner Pearson, he doesn't fit the lines. That's such a bummer. Connor Sheary is always a good depth player, but he is not going to fit the team. Interesting stuff here. We're going to have to look around. Zuccarello would be a nice little shout, but he doesn't fit those bottom lines. Killorn as well, bringing in an older type player. Patrick Marleau is still playing. That is actually insane. Eric Robertson, that was the guy that we kind of let go. Warren Fogle. Let's check out the right wing. Holtz is up. Wow, that is Alexander Holtz. That is kind of crazy. Is he a restricted free? He is. I was going to say he is definitely restricted. That would have been an absolute sick steal right there. Ho-Sang wants $5 million at 79 overall. That's kind of crazy. Radishy, we could maybe bring him in top 6 forward lines, though. That's a bummer. Anthony Mantha could be a nice shout, only if it's forward line 1. It's going to be tough to find a depth forward, top 6 forward. Trevor Moore, forward line 1. I mean, we could maybe bring in Voracek, but that's just way too much money for a depth forward. Hathaway grinder could be nice, only fits top 6 forward lines. Jordan Eberle, older player, doesn't fit any lines. That's kind of a bummer. Jonas Donskoy, another older type player, sort of fits forward line 4, but we don't know 100% too much about that. So it's definitely tough trying to find somebody to fit those bottom lines, but if I'm being completely honest, I wouldn't mind Gareth Hathaway, but he is only 79 overall. Silverberg would be a nice shot, but he only fits top 6 forward lines. It's really a tough call. Jordan Eberle would be really sweet. Doesn't fit any lines, but I kind of want to maybe bring him in on a nice cheap deal. 2 years, 3 years. Let's give him 2 years at $285. He's already making less money than what Anthony Ciu was. Hopefully we can get him in there. That would be super nice. But it's really all going to depend on who's going to sign, who's not going to sign. But I'm really happy with so far the moves we make. Extremely happy. I think that was Pesci. I was kind of going forward a little too fast there. Blackwood signed, so we've got our starting goaltender, 6'4". Offer here for Milano. I don't want to get rid of him. He's a good depth player. And we get Jordan Eberle. So things are looking good there. Jonathan Taves trade offer. I don't want to get rid of him and a 3rd-round pick. Let's take a look here. I know we also got rid of Jake Evans, so we kind of need a depth centerman for the AHL. We do have $6 million worth of cap space. He's unrestricted. Boys, I think we got to pull the trigger on this. This could be an absolute steal of a deal at 7 years, $3 million. Honestly, if we could get him, interesting. If we got him 4 years at $2,475, I think that's honestly a really good steal. Let's give him $2.5 on the nose for 4 years. I mean, that'd be a great deal if we could bring him in. 83 overall. He's only 25 years old. Technically only fits the bottom line, but he could be an AHL type player. That right there is, if we could snipe it, that would be an absolute snipe of a steal to bring him in. Like, I'm really intrigued to see if we can get him. And I think we could consider that a success. Here we have a 2nd-round pick offer. That's very intriguing to get rid of Niku, who does play some NHL time. He's on an amazing deal as well. I don't really want to get rid of him. And I can't pull the trigger getting rid of Niku. Like, he is a very solid call-up defenseman, plays some solid minutes. He's a very, very good player. Cody Glass is going to sign. Oh, because our room was full. You got to be kidding me. Okay, well, looks like our room is full, so we can't really make anything happen here. So let's sim to the season and take a look at our lines. Here we are, guys. Captains and lines. We're going to keep captains. They should be the same. Suzuki, Caulfield, and then it should be Klingberg on the back end, which it is. We're going to take a look and see what the overalls. Connor Bedard is on the team. That is really good to see there, but let's take a look at these edit lines, take a look at overalls, see what the team is looking like right now. And man, oh man, they have Connor Bedard on the top line. 85 overall, and he's only 19 years old. We honestly might have to leave it like that. Suzuki kind of flying down the overall. 86 overall. Burakovsky fits better than Wilson. Man, Caulfield down a line. We're going to move that around. Burakovsky on that third line. That is very interesting. Although Caulfield on that top line, we get 3+2s. Jonathan Taves down a little bit overall. Jordan Eberle, man, this team is looking very good. I hate that Suzuki's down there on the third line, but I would rather have Bedard on the top line, and I'm sure you guys would as well. Plus Dvorak at 87, like we have to play him on the second. Like that's a no-brainer. Man, 3+2s. That is extremely good stuff right there. Scratched players. We get Jet Wu. Who the heck are you coming out of left field nowhere? Man, this guy actually might crack the lineup. He fits the third line. Let's take a look at defense here right now. Romanov. Ooh, Hronek. Who doesn't fit? Ooh, I don't like that bottom pair right there. We'll take... I'm low-key. I want to put in Wu into the lineup. Defensive defenseman. He actually works better on that line. Man, this is really crazy. Edmondson, man, that's really good stuff right there. Even if we move Hronek up, I mean, boys, the team is looking very stacked. Look at that. Look at that. 3+2s on the back end. Klingberg down overall. That is very concerning. We're going to have to maybe move on from him, but holy smokes, guys. The team is looking very good. I'm actually blown away at this point right now. Things are looking up for us 100% right now because I was not expecting this. As you can tell in my voice, I'm a little blown away right now with how the team looks. Let's take a look at goalies. Blackwood, 86 overall. Starter exact. He is 27 years old. Hopefully, he can have a good stint with us. But man, oh man, I am extremely happy with this team. I hope you guys are as well. I know Suzuki on the third line isn't what we're looking for. It's same with Burakovsky, but I mean, barring injuries, this is what the lines are going to look like right now. And this top line, Gunther, Bedard, Caulfield, like, yeah, it's a little undersized, don't get me wrong, but holy smokes, guys. This team is going to buzz, and I cannot wait to see how far Bedard goes up in overall franchise medium potential. Dvorak is top 6 exact. Suzuki is still elite medium, but we got to keep him on that third line to keep the boys in a good spot. Let's take a look at the AHL. I am curious. Yzerman is going to be playing. Suzuki is going to be playing. Zahora is up to a 77. Kraus chilling there. If we need to call anybody up, it is going to be Kraus. And we got a bunch of guys here. I mean, we're pretty solid. The team is looking very solid on the back end here. Gildon and Niku. I mean, you can't really move anybody around, but that is what it is. Take a look at goaltenders. Primo, still 80 overall, 25 years old. I mean, he is your stereotypical emergency backup goaltender, but man, oh man, I am really excited this year, guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm so excited for this year. So when it comes to contracts and all that good stuff, we'll take a look at that down the road, but man, I cannot wait to get things rolling on this year. I feel so good. If we can stay healthy this whole way, I think things are going to be looking up for us moving forward. But as of now, that's actually going to be it for today's episode. We'll get into the first half of the season in the next episode. I hope you guys have a good one, and as always, stay dusty.